YouTube, it's Coach Tabe. I'm back tonight. We're going to be unboxing the YJ MGC Elite 3x3. Super excited for this one. I've been looking forward to it for quite a while. I've heard great things. Adjustable magnets, and it's got a good price. Can't wait to find out how it performs. Let's go. Alright guys, we are looking at the YJ MGC Elite 3x3. Let's go ahead and get into the box. Not gonna lie, it's a smaller box than I was expecting. That's actually kind of a good thing. I'm tired of the huge boxes. We certainly don't need gigantic boxes. Alright. The cube and a box of stuff. Let's toss the box over there. What do we got in here? So in here we've got like a keychain thing. I assume that's like an adjustment tool or something. And so we'll go ahead, and then some extra magnets. Don't care about that stuff. Set that over to the side. All right, first impressions. It looks really nice. It's a little heavier than I was expecting. That's okay too. It is dry. Magnet strength, let's see, I can't really tell which ones the magnets are on, which setting the magnets are on, but feel pretty good at that right out of the jump. Shades look really nice. And yeah, that looks pretty darn good. How's it turn? Of course, got to start with some T-perms. That turns pretty darn well. Of course, the H-perms are pretty terrible. Yeah, that turns really well. I'm liking that a lot. It's just a little dry at the moment, but that's okay. It feels very stable. It's not particularly tight. How's it corner cut? Absolutely effortless at 45, both directions. That is really nice. Let me see. Can I see? So the way it works is the magnets are in there, and they are adjustable. They can be turned, and it looks like, I can tell, it kind of looks like they might be on the weak setting. I can't really tell at the moment. I'll have to play with that. I'll definitely be covering that later in the video. I'll do the adjustments and talk about that stuff. But right out of the jump, the first impressions are that this feels like a very stable, kind of squared off. So the pieces feel more come to like a sharper point than other puzzles. So it's not nearly as rounded as like my main, which is an MF3 RS3. The edges are much more rounded on that puzzle than they are on the MGC. It's definitely much sharper. It feels just a little more squared off. Not blocky necessarily, but squared off. Feels very stable despite the tensions being a little loose. Magnets are definitely very noticeable even when turning fast. They don't get in the way, but they are definitely noticeable. And overall, this feels super, super nice. I'm going to go ahead and do some solves. I'll come back, give you my final impressions, let you know what I think. And all right, let's go ahead and do that. So it occurred to me after I had finished the unboxing portion of the video that I had neglected to talk about the adjustable spring. So let me get that up in there. So you can see there is a little knob or a little adjustment device in there for adjusting spring tension. There are actually 6 settings. It's pretty simple to turn. You just grab a hold of it, turn clockwise. And if you hear that loud crack, that's the springs resetting. That's the spring resetting itself. I actually have played with a bunch of different settings, and I like it on the tightest setting. That's, you turn it clockwise to make it tighter, turn it counterclockwise to loosen it. And there's, like I said, there's 6 settings. I find most of them are pretty useless. It ends up being just too flexible without it, but I put it on the tightest one. That's the one I use. This thing that they give you in the box, this is actually a tool that you can use for adjusting. This is a screwdriver, and on both ends, let me see if I can get that to show up. So there's a flat head and a Phillips. So you can use the flat head for adjusting the magnets, and then the Phillips head for adjusting the screw if you want to tighten the springs that way as well. The problem is that the screwdriver is really too small, so the heads are too small for the screws they give you. You'd think if they give you a screwdriver that they'd match it to the screws they actually use. It's actually, like I said, it's actually too small. Adjusting the magnet strength is actually very easy. You just put the screwdriver in and turn the magnet either in or out. If the arrow points out, it's stronger. If it points in, it is weaker. I have it on the stronger setting. I find that to work better. But anyway, I just wanted to go over that real quick before I get into the full review. And so now I'll go ahead and do the full review. Thank you. The MGC Elite is a nice cue, but it is not great. The stability that I thought it had during the initial unboxing is just not there. Even at the strongest spring tension setting and the strongest magnets, it's just not that stable. It's stable and not, I mean, it's fairly stable, but it ends up locking up. In fact, take a look at this Z-perm real quick. That's just ridiculous. It locks up and it affects your confidence with the puzzle, and as a result you slow down and things are just not as fluid as they should be. And so I ended up with a lot of lockups and catching, lots of catching in this. I did get some decent times. You're going to see a solve in here that's an 18, so that's, you know, for me that's really good. But you know, I just can't recommend this puzzle. It's just not that great. Even with the price being only $23 or whatever it is with the adjustment settings. I mean, I can see it being good for some people because it is fast, and if you have an accurate turning style, maybe the flexibility and lack of stability won't hurt you. But for me, I just could not get used to this puzzle and just could not get comfortable using it. And as a result, it just makes it very tough for me to recommend. I ended up going back to my MF3RS3M right after this and getting great times on that. And with this thing, just not going to happen. Just did not feel real comfortable using it. It is a nice puzzle. It does have pretty good magnet strength. It is very, very fast. But, you know, at the end of the day, the sum of the parts is just less than the individuals. The whole is less than the sum of the parts, I should say. So, you know, I just can't really recommend it. There are just better puzzles out there in the same price range or even cheaper. All right, at the end of the day, so the summary, it has it's cheap for what you get. Lots of customization options with the magnet strength and the springs, and it's really fast, but it's super catchy. And between the two different magnet settings, there's not a whole heck of a lot of difference. They're both kind of just medium, nothing overwhelming. It's 55.5 millimeters. It's 87 grams. End of the day, it's a nice puzzle, but I really just can't recommend it. There are better options out there. Spend a little more or spend a little less and just get something better. All right, guys, if you like what you've seen, go ahead and hit like down below, hit subscribe, drop a comment in there, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.